With your permission, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to make a personal statement on my resignation as the UK Defence Secretary. Many in the media have pressed me to say more since Thursday, but I'm a proud parliamentarian. I wanted first to speak in this House as I take my seat on the back benches for the first time for more than 10 years. I took the decision to resign with the very greatest regret and reluctance. I continue to be certain about this decision. In time, I believe it will be seen as necessary in securing the future of our armed forces and of our alliances. It's been the privilege of my life to work alongside the exceptional people who serve this country in defence, military and civilian alike. They work 24/7, so often unseen. They are the very best of Britain. Yeah. They and the new Defence Secretary have my fullest support. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, I've been a Labour MP for nearly 30 years, a Labour member for 45 years, a trade unionist for longer still. It is my family, literally. Jackie, my wife, worked for Labour HQ. We met at a union conference. 2 weeks later, we were engaged. We only ever wanted... Look, we ask so much, all of us, of our partners in politics, but we only ever wanted a successful Labour government leading a stronger Britain. And my decision last week was about our country, not career. I love the job. I won't miss going to bed with 3 phones or 3 a.m. phone calls. And I'm proud of what we've done in less than 2 years as a Labour government. We stepped up international leadership for Ukraine. We've raised defence investment 3 years earlier than anyone expected. Won record defence export deals. Given the armed forces their biggest pay rise for 20 years. Brought 36,000 Forces family homes back into public ownership. Yeah. And we've signed major defence agreements with Germany, Norway, France and the European Union. Delivering for defence, delivering for Britain. Yeah. And the Prime Minister has led this drive, rightly earning respect at home and abroad. He and I jointly commissioned the first of its kind strategic defence review, which has set the vision to transform our armed forces, to make our military more war-fighting ready, better able to deter. And we've been doing exactly this in the 12 months since the SDR was published. Delivering in a different way. Investment with deep reforms to get a grip of budgets, procurement and delivery. Investment so that every taxpayer's pound works twice. Once for national security and once to back British industry, create British jobs. Investment in new defence tech, drones and AI that draw lessons from Ukraine for our own UK forces. And I will always seek cross-party common ground on defence, but I won't let the Conservatives forget their record in government or the hollowed-out legacy they left in our armed forces. Mr. Speaker, since the SDR, we've seen the world changing still faster, with threats increasing and demands on defence rising. Conflict in the Middle East, new NATO missions in the High North, the US moving forces away from Europe, intensifying attacks in Ukraine, and increasing Russian aggression towards the UK. NATO has now said we must prepare for war with Russia within the next 5 years. This is the age of hard power and rising threat. This is not the moment for calibration or incremental change. This means bigger politics, bolder priorities, harder choices. And Britain's challenge now is the transformation and the rearmament of our armed forces. The Prime Minister knows what the country needs for defence. He spelled out the threat this month when he said, It is our intelligence assessment and the assessment of other countries in NATO that there could be an attack by Russia on NATO as soon as 2030. So Britain must set the headmark of spending 3% on defence in 2030 and a clear path to 3.5% in 2035, the commitment all NATO nations have made to each other and to their people. And I believe this would command wide cross-party support. Mr. Speaker, our predecessors in this House experienced what happens when deterrence fails. Our predecessors in this House entrusted us with institutions like NATO that they created to keep us safe. We don't choose the circumstances in which we serve or the responsibilities that fall upon us either in this House or in government. And it's the duty of our political generation now to ready Britain for the uncertainties of the years to come. And the decisions that we make in the months ahead will be judged by those who follow us. At this dangerous time, I see the current defence investment plans falling well short of what is required. A rise of 0.08% from next year to 2030, no date for reaching 3%, no path to 3.5%. By 2030, well over half of NATO members will be spending 3% or more. And when allies are looking for British leadership, we must not fall behind. When NATO needs European nations to step up, we must not fall short. Our adversaries don't follow timetables set by the Treasury. I appreciate how hard this is for Cabinet colleagues, and I'm very grateful to those who support what's required. But not all needs to be done by cutbacks elsewhere. There are credible ways of meeting the mid-term funding challenges, working multinationally, and as other nations in Europe are doing. That could allow us to protect the ability to deliver our Labour missions across government. Beyond this, Mr. Speaker, we need a bigger view of national security. It's not just the job for defence or the agencies. Every department has a part to play in national security and national resilience. From energy to transport to health. Security must run through the government like letters through a stick of rock. And security must be felt in the communities right across Britain, reversing long-term decline and bringing new jobs and new hope. For now, Jackie's just grateful I no longer carry 3 phones in my bag, although I do still have my bottle of HP sauce.